Hello. Well, it's been quite a while since I've posted a video, and it's unbelievable the amount of uh, excuses I came up with the last 3 weeks to do this introductory part of this video again. I decided to use the Tour de Fleece as an excuse to get going again. Now, I know a lot of people have been to the point where they stayed away for a while from making videos for YouTube. There are various reasons, whether it was burnout. Everybody had their own reasons. Well, my reason is one I wished not to even discuss, but we've got to get it out of the way. Since about last year, May, my daughter fell ill. She passed away this May. Anyway, something like that does, well, firstly, illness of somebody close to you does have an effect on anyone. But death, well, it's not something I wish on even my greatest enemies, and I don't really have enemies. I hope not. But like everything in life, we're presented with choices, I guess. My first reaction was to do my usual armadillo stunt, curl up in a little ball and withdraw from everything. But that's not me either. So, then I had to make a choice of how will I proceed. Well, firstly, I still had what kept me sane the last year while she was sick. My garden is spinning, but not so much, because I wanted to be outside. Well, the other thing was that a lot of the inspiration in my spinning was sort of also coming from her side. I mean, I'm not going to discuss it much more than I'll just end up sitting here sniffing and whatever. Anyway, this video is firstly intended as a sort of a goodbye, Sandra. Hello, world. And I needed something to keep me going again, so that's why I thought, all right, I'll do the Tour de Fleece. Not for the usual reasons everybody else does it. I mean, Tour de Fleece came out because people had too much stash, and just like the pantry cleaning setups where people try to clear their pantries when it's time to start canning again, I suppose. Just before winter, everybody wants to try and get rid of their old stock, so they got the people who already have too much stash and that would normally not buy more stock for winter to get rid of what they've got. Well, I have a lot of fiber, and I thought I might just as well, since I've got the inspiration from basically every second video I watch on a subject I like, being spinning, it being Tour de Fleece. So I am going to do my own version of it. So it's not a challenge, and that's why you didn't get any videos from me earlier. Well, besides the fact that I didn't feel like doing this particular cut that I'm busy with right now. Because what do you say? How do you say it? Where do you say it? Anyway, so I moved all my stuff into my what used to be my office and sewing room studio, where incidentally 10 years ago my granddaughter died. That sucks. Anyway, I have got no reason not to be here. In fact, I've got a lot of people to speak to me and chat to me from the other side, I guess. Um, my wedding room is where my partner passed away in 2021. So this house is filled with, yeah, filled with voices from beyond. Um, well, let me rather focus on something else. I will fit in a few pictures of my works in progress. I did actually quite a lot of different things over the last few months. Well, didn't really complete much. Just things to keep me busy with, mostly Turkish spindle projects, um, a lot of singles of different colors, making bats galore. Well, I think I must go and get my Turkish spindles projects anyway, and then I will show you here. Okay, I've added quite a bit to the clutter here. Right, well, I'll start off. There's one little bobbin with berrycon, berryshon, not sure how that is, how that should be articulated, but this is part of a breed study that I've done previously. Now, that's just as good a place to add this. I have ordered a new breed study from England. It should hopefully be here in the next week or two, with about 80 different breeds of sheep. When I got this one, I think it was about 47 breeds. I took some pictures here and there, and I've got all the details and everything, but I didn't really follow up and everything. I've got the weights of how they were washed, well, before washed, the lanolin weights, and afterwards, etc. But no real pictures so that I could weave a story around it. So that's why I decided I'll get the new one. And besides, the main thing is I intend making videos in future of each of those sheep breeds, showing what they look like, the raw fiber, then the washing, how much lanolin is wasted in the process, and then the actual prepping of that as well, whether it's carded or combed or locks flicked, etc. That's quite interesting. I love doing that. That's sort of one of my passions, never mind the fact that I like spinning the wool. I wish I could have one of each sheep breed, a little camp full of specimens, but I'm not sitting at Noah's Ark. And besides, in South Africa, the main sheep you get, I'm talking about wool sheep now, is merino, and only white merino, nothing else, because our dear country made sure they got rid of any color genetics there. It's ridiculous. Hopefully it will be returned at some stage, because the mills dictated what was going to be grown and what's supposed to be real wool. Hence the fact that you will not easily find a decent black or brown or spotted merino, any sheep for that matter. Other than that, they basically concentrated on meat breeds. We have some Suffolk, and yeah, I will mention when I do the breed study if the sheep's available in South Africa. I think there will probably be only about 3 or 4 of them. We'll get there, cross that bridge when I get there. Okay, so this Bericon, whatever. I hope it focuses there. Let me take my eyes out of the picture. Then the clever camera might decide to go for the actual wool. Doesn't really look like it will focus. Anyway, this I need to take off on a niddy noddy. That was, I think, 28 grams. I'm sure I can use it with something else for socks, because this is a down sheep as far as I know. I'll go into details when I do the breed study, so I'm not going to bother with this too much. It's not really a great spinning fiber, very short staple, but it was interesting doing it. That one over there, yeah. Let me go to the Turkish spindles. This, my little cheeky cherry spindle, my daughter Sandra, that was her hobbies. So no more spindles. Yeah. Anyway, this I can't take it off yet, because it's what I do with these little Turkish spindle projects. I spin half of it with one color. For instance, in this case it was just a plain cream, and then the other half I spin, in this case it's a rolag with various colors. So this is spun on top of that. It's 28 grams of the rolag fiber, and there was about 28 grams on the spindle already of the very fine alpaca. So when you finish with that, then you can take it off, and it works like a center pull ball. You basically do the plying back on your little spindle again. I don't know if that will be, let me take my head out of the way as well, maybe it will focus, don't know. Anyway, so that is another project. I still have two full rolags to add to this, besides this one. This is another one that I've finished. Now, the first half of this one was another rolag as well. I'll insert a picture of the actual rolags when I started spinning them. And the outer half, is what I'm spinning on my rose now, that I'll show you just now. Just cashmere. I want to make either socks or a neck warmer. We'll see what it will be. I'll take this, this is already plied. I will take this off on a niddy noddy, and I'll insert the complete picture, or maybe even do another little bit of a cut before I finish the video. So that's this one. This is, by the way, the cashmere that I'm busy with spinning on the rose. I will show a bit more of the actual spinning process just now. Then another project I'm busy with, I'm just using hand combs, and this is Leicester long wool. Let me take a lock out of here. I don't know if it will be visible too much. Some Leicester long wool. Dump that on the floor, and you can go over there. And when they come off the combs, there's a little nest. beautiful little fluffs to spin. Now I have some more dyed and already combed less too long wool here as well for a project. I just decided I would make some extra white because I haven't decided yet whether I will maybe apply that back on plain white. It's sort of in my mind. I've got enough fiber, so we'll see where it goes. Otherwise this might just become a project on its own for socks, because I definitely want to make quite a bit more hand knitted and spun socks. That's that. Oh yeah, there's a bit more of the actual pink dyed. I basically blend them on the hand combs as I go to get this blended version that I've got here, just for interest sake. There's a whole lot of projects going on. I also have, no, this is not one of them. I have blue tassel that I'm busy combing. I will insert pictures of the fluffs I've done already. The rest of it is in my office where I'm busy doing some proofreading work at the moment, and I'm not going to run out there again. I will take some more pictures or maybe another bit of a video on that, but for now I will add a bit of just plain spinning for relaxation. I don't know how much of that I will include. I do know I like watching spinning, and at the moment I need to spin as well. It's good for my mind, and maybe you guys will like it too. Most of the work right now is done on my rose. The aura has work done on my big bobbin. I have not got another big bobbin yet, and I do not have the head with the smaller bobbins for my aura yet. Hopefully that will arrive soon. What that means is I need to do something with this fiber on this big bobbin. I can go and do a chain ply, which I probably will end up doing a bit of a chain ply with quite a bit of it anyway. But what I have in mind is to ply that, oops, stay there, with some of the cashmere. I think that will be quite a nice yarn as well. So it will be two projects in the end, and then I can have that bobbin available because I have a art yarn project in mind. I'm not gonna, it's still sort of simmering in the back of my mind. I'll get to that later, and I'm sure I'll make a video of that, or at least capture some of the process. There's a few things that I decided during the course of this year, and yeah, let's do a bit of a summary. I gave her my website because I was sort of being forced into a direction that's just not me. We live in a world, yeah, I should probably say I feel I've been either born 100 years too late or probably 100 years too early. I don't know. I do not like the over commercialized corporate greedy structure that runs the world. I love handcrafts and things, and money doesn't rule me. We all have to live, obviously, yes, so we need to earn little bits of money here and there to make a living, but it's not It's not my intention to profit from everything, and I spin for my own pleasure. I'm a Minecraft dealer because I want to make sure that if anybody else in South Africa wants to order a Minecraft spinning wheel or products, they can get it through me with the least hassle and faff. Um, that's the main reason. Not because I see myself getting rich out of it. It's just not the thing. And that's what happened with my website. If anyone has ever tried to establish a website or maintain it, you're going to discover that AI wants to push you into a corner, left, right, and center. Everything must be adjusted to fit the algorithm. Your wording has to be adjusted to to fit their system so that they can go and do their search engines and unleash whatever. And that was just not for me. Every time there was another story about, oh, you must do it this way, you must do it that way. And then I eventually thought, man, bugger that. I really, very little of my actual orders came from that website anyway. So I just let go of it. Then, other than that, I'm not really going to advertise anywhere. If anybody knows of me and they need spun yarn for a project, they can contact me and I will spin it for them. But I do not want this commercialized system to dictate what my day is going to be like and how I should fit something in a box to fit in with the flow. So I guess one could also say that's maybe selfish. It's definitely not the reason I'm doing it that way. It's just I do fiber crafts because I love doing it, and mainly because I want to teach people how to spin, how to do things with their own hands, but not just spinning, survival in itself. And by survival, people also get the total wrong idea. The world we live in is a horrible place in which lots of people have a hard time surviving in. I mean, if you look at Europe and Canada, they actually assist people who want to commit suicide because people can't cope with life on Earth anymore. Now, one of the things I see wrong with that is because people no longer have the pleasure of creating. All they see is a telephone screen in their hands or TV screens in front of them, where they escape for however long it takes them to watch their TV program or scrolling through Pinterest or whatever, watch a YouTube video, rather than actually go and do something with their hands and discover that wonderful satisfaction of making something with your own hands, of waking up in the morning and thinking what you're going to do today yourself, not what you're going to watch and or what the news is going to say or any of that rubbish. People do not get that information in the normal flow anymore. They certainly don't teach kids that at school anymore. So those are the things I want to teach people. I do not want an algorithm or AI system forcing me to go and adapt my wording and my website and my products and whatever to fit in so that somebody in China can watch my video or see my ad on my website for fiber, etc. That will never have to go to China anyway, because I mean, it's the other side of the world and there's enough beautiful fibers over there. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I've got anything against that. I mean, there's lots of lovely things that I would love to order from there, but the powers that be made sure that shipping is horrendously expensive. You can only go through certain routes, so that means you can only order certain things, and Yeah, I hope that one day we will be back into a normal world where people can order what they want, um, do what they want, and by that I mean create what they want, not mess up everything else. As things come to mind, I think I better start making a little bit of a notebook to jot it down. For now, I just wanted to put out the main reason why my website is no longer active, and I'm not planning on reactivating it. It's just not something of interest to me. So I will focus on what I like doing. There's my videos will refer to my WhatsApp if anyone for whatever reason wants to contact me, get some advice on whatever. And yeah, that's the other thing worth mentioning. I'm not going to teach anybody the right way to spin. I'm not part of the spinning police. Spinning to me flows out of my fingers according to my mood of the day, I guess, or the fiber I'm spinning. It's sort of a automated process because I'm busy thinking of all kinds of things, planning my gardening for the new season, deciding what I need to add into my pantry and things like that. Right now I've got kumquat jam in the process in the kitchen, a whole lot of tomatoes that I keep on popping in the deep freeze before I'll make the sauce a little bit later. I had some lovely tomatoes in my hothouse, my main garden with my raised beds. That was a disaster. I'll add some pictures and things, and yeah, some things looked good but not for long because I have a problem with vervet monkeys around, and those bastards just basically demolished everything. Early in the spring I had a porcupine that broke into the garden and finished quite a lot of pumpkins. I don't want to be a nasty person. This cage was actually set up to try and catch the monkeys who have been invading my garden, demolishing everything. Well, I caught a monkey. I caught one monkey and he promptly got out. I'll show why. And then we set the cage again and didn't have much hope of catching anything. I did not expect a porcupine to show up because this is supposed to be a closed garden. But I think one of my grandkids, they helped me to feed the chickens last night, and they took a shortcut through the veggie patch and they forgot to close the gate. Anyway, I will show why I have not been able to keep the monkeys in. We need to leave this gap here on the end for the trapdoor to open and close, and they managed to squeeze past there, believe it or not. Oh yeah, the water is there to keep this chappy in the corner happy until tomorrow evening when my assistant comes back for the weekend, and they will have some nyama, bushmeat, because we have too many of these guys around and they do a lot of damage. I know there will be those who think I'm horrible, but if you're in my place battling with all the things that want to eat up all your efforts, I'm sure you will agree. But I suppose besides the fact that he destroyed a lot of pumpkins, that was not the worst of it. The monkeys made sure nothing else was ever going to get anyway. So I am going to have to come up with a plan for the coming summer season. I've got a electric fence system that I bought a long time ago, especially for pets, that I want to put up. Somebody else started putting it up and they can't remember what they've done with the earthing rods, so I'm going to have to order another earthing rod and then try and figure out how to do it myself. It's basically me, myself, and I. And yeah, I'm not really a specialist in electric fencing, but it might sound nasty, but I'm starting to become a specialist in making plans on how to eliminate those monkeys. It's horrible to fantasize how they get the shock of their life jumping my fences, but seriously, if you've seen the damage they've done and how much work they've basically just destroyed, even money as such for seedlings that I had to buy because my own seedlings were destroyed after I spent time on those. It's understandable. So yeah, if anybody can comment and tell me what's a good idea to try and get those bastards out of my garden, please tell me. I'm going to try and put up a remote sensor system as well that will unleash some sound that will hopefully also frighten them away. Mainly the sound will have to be to call my attention to what they're doing, because they are in the garden. It's the sun's not even up yet, then they're already busy ravaging everything. And so I need to know when they sneak in. One morning I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to try and ambush them there, and those little brats, they stayed away until I went back into the house to go and make myself a cup of coffee to take out to my stakeout position. When I got back, they already grabbed my zucchinis and they were off again. So they are watching me while I'm trying to find out where they are. It's not funny to and I know some people might think it's funny, but really I'm telling you, it's horrible. My hothouse, they can't get in there, so the products in there, they're safe. But unfortunately, I can't get the pollinators in there either then. So I didn't have enough success with my cucumbers. I did buy other seed now that you're not supposed to be worrying about the pollinators, so we'll see about that. My mealies were not a problem because I walk through once a day and shake the plants, so that was reasonably okay. Tomatoes, luckily they pollinate themselves, so my tomatoes was really a great success. I'm happy with that. I'm looking forward to the year coming ahead, my new gardening system. Just not sure what I'm going to do in the main garden. I will, in the normal garden, I've got all kinds of ideas. I need more rose bushes, a few specific ones that I've got in mind. There I need to make another plan. My front garden, I still have a problem there with a porcupine. He manages to get in there. Basically every single night I wake up with a rustling and rumbling down under my window, and looking out you'll see the little brat walking around there. Now I suppose I must be glad they hasn't discovered my cycads yet, because they're in a raised bed, because they do like those roots. And one of my big Allophoroxes was basically demolished completely by that bastard. Yeah, I was wandering off on gardening here while I'm busy spinning, but it just shows that spinning is a better idea to pass your time and get your mind going, rather than sitting with a telephone scrolling, doing your doom scrolling and watch what's happening now and see the fuel prices rising by the minute and things like that. Yeah, I don't want to go there. I think people have got enough worries as it is. I don't need to tell them what bothers me in that field, because that's sort of a global issue right now, I'm sure. I've chatted enough here. I will see what else I will add in. This is really just sort of a a mash of different things. As soon as my fibers from England arrive, I will make a little video of that unpacking, because there are a few nice fleeces in there as well. Jente sort of got me on the idea of getting a swartbles, so there's a swartbles fleece. There's another blue tassel, because I absolutely love spinning blue tassel. A Murret Shetland fiber. I love Shetland, and I haven't got a Murret yet. So Murret is, by the way, similar to this color here. It's like a brownish color. So I will have a whole Shetland fleece in that color. Then there's one more. I can't remember now offhand what that was. Oh yes, a Gotland, obviously. Gotland being my favorite fleece of all times. I so wish I could get some Gotland sheep to raise between my alpacas, but maybe one day. Miracles happen, they say. So let's see. One day maybe we'll get rid of the City of London deciding who's allowed to have whatever. Or if it carries on the current trend, that will obviously never happen. But I also get the idea that it looks like there are some light at the end of the tunnel that may not be just another train. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye at this spot. And I will see when I start putting things together. After all, have a whole year's footage that I can assemble and see what it will get to. In a week or 2 or 3, I'm not going to say when. We'll see how it goes. I will make another little video just with some finished projects, because I have like 50 or 60 bats that I've prepped that I can choose in between. But I do have a bit of translating work and proofreading work lined up in between, so I'm not just spinning the day away. There's all kinds of other things, and in about 2 weeks time I'll start doing start seedlings. Okay, bye. Well, I need to quickly show this. This is my beautiful, huge skein of alpaca thirds. You can have a closer look there. Nothing wrong with that, even though being thirds, a lot of people would rather just use that for compost or just throw it away. Can you believe it? Anyway, this is 500 grams, believe it or not. And I will be using this for crochet, and maybe even use some of it in my cushion, but I will decide on that. That's for later. Wel, ek moet nou besluit wat ek doen hier so.
Hey, ek kyk vir jou. So stop die maatjies.
Jy ken haar, sy's baie lief vir maatjies, nee. Ek dink ek gaan dit so doen.
Hom saam met mamma se kos. Wag dat die drukte net verby is.
Ja, dis nie 'n haas nie.
Marcus, kan jy asseblief na haar kyk dat niks met haar weghardloop nie?
Wat sy met niks weghardloop nie.
Maar Joshua sal jou roep as jy kos reg is, maar eers gaan hy al die ander mense se kos vir hulle moet gee.
Nou hoe werk die ding nou weer? Kan jy dit nou glo? Ek nou nie.
Dit
Moet 'n makliker manier wees, net vinnig.
ja, druk hom weer.
Ja, jy is veronderstel om net te kan ommaak. Ek weet nie wat het ek daar gedoen het.
Nee, hy is baie klein. Kyk,
Ag, jene mamma.
is nog nie so kwaad. Dis Fleece.
Ag, jene ma. Nou ja, nou sit wonder ek moet die klere wissel.
Maar eers konsentreer op ons.
Ja, die ding is ek het geen idee hoe haar ding is sy lyk nie, waar is my koffie? Eers nog 'n sluk vat. Waar is ding is sy vandag?
Amelia,
Ja.
skerp. Dis stop by Colorado.
Goed.
Slaap so sy dink sy dink nog tee.
Okay, let's see. Maar nou moet ek nog eers die dikte ook reg kry vir die ding.